Hello, it's Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Review all the latest and coolest in social media and technology. Be sure to check in daily. This is the latest and greatest iPad app from Twitter itself, and this is the latest incarnation. It's September of 2012 incarnation, if you will, or version, if you will. And anyway, this is their newest app, and it's been totally redesigned, totally been redone for the iPad, and I'm really impressed with it overall. I think it's the best work we've seen come out of Twitter. It's great. It's a wonderful app to take and have, and honestly, I might start using it more than some of the third-party apps, which probably isn't good for them. But yeah, it's a great app. Let's take a look through it and what's been redesigned into it. With this, of course, you have your home button, which feeds in your news feed for you. You have the ability, of course, create your own tweets and everything else, just as you normally would any other way. You can also search for different hashtags, different things that you're doing, all that good stuff, whatever you want to search for on Twitter. On your Connect, you, of course, have your interactions, and you also have your mentions. So your mentions are a great way to see people that you're talking with, etc., what people are talking to you about, all that sort of good stuff. Interactions are really great because you can see how many people are retweeting your stuff, how many people are favoriting your stuff, what sort of interaction your audience is having with your feed. Now, the great thing about some of the new things they've added, of course, is that you can take and click on these items, and it doesn't have that weird shelving process anymore. I never did really like that process. So this is really nice where you can come, here's an example, this is the socialmedianews.com, my mastermind group. You can come see a full page ad of the thing. I really hated that other process. It makes it very easy, of course, to tweet links, email links, copy links, all the sort of interaction you want to have, retweet, favorite, all that good stuff. So I like this much better than that old accordion style thing that it had. It was just too weird for me. So it's much more simpler and easier to use on the interface. One of the other things that I do like is when I go to a tweet, if I don't follow that person, it pulls up this icon here. And I noticed it wouldn't pull up on certain profiles, which means I likely follow them. But it made it very easy for me to follow people that were retweeting my stuff. So I really, really love that feature because I always want to follow people back that are retweeting me, right? Because they're the smart people in the room. With Discover, of course, you've got your Discover menu here. And this is pretty interesting. I was actually interested in what this had to present in data. And of course, it's got a few different stories here that I guess they've preloaded. This is kind of interesting, some activity of some of your, I believe this is people that you're following. Trends, of course, you've got your trends there. This is kind of interesting, who to follow, different people you could follow, different categories, find friends. It looks like they also have an import your contacts to find friends that are on Twitter. So very interesting changes they've made to this. Some of these were in the original versions, of course. Now, one thing that they have changed is they've added the ability to create a new header photo on your Twitter account, and this, of course, would translate to iPad, your iPhone, your Android phones, all those sort of good stuff. And it's a huge block photo that you can now put on. It similarly reminds me of when Facebook put the cover photos on Timeline. So it's a lot like that. You can design it. It looks good. It's a big, giant photo profile that goes on your profile page. If you go to twitter.com, you can see it available now, and you can upload a photo that does it. There's probably a million ways to really design some really cool photos for it. I, of course, haven't done that as of yet. Now, what's interesting is they've got your DMs you can see here over in this envelope section. So you click the DMs to be able to get into your DMs. The accounts, of course, that you can be following within the Twitter account are there, so you have that access. With the, you can edit your profile from in here. You can also do settings on stuff that you want. Now, the one thing that's cool about the Twitter stuff now is you can actually get tweets from a certain person that you want to take and follow. You can get where you get notifications of those tweets, I should say, on your iOS device. So I really like that factor. There's one or two people that I've followed and different interests that I like on my iPhone. So you can take and do that. Video service or read later, of course, you can take and do here. Get into some of these other services for saving things on Instapaper and Pocket. Now, they've recently announced that they're probably going to be doing away with having third-party photo services have access to Twitter. That hasn't been fully announced yet. It's a rumor, but evidently it's a good enough rumor to get everybody excited. You can see here some of the recent tweets and photos that I've posted and other stuff here. You can even see stuff that's similar to Chris Voss, so that's very interesting. You can find people who are like me. I like the new iPad app. It's really great. I think it's beautifully well done. It plays out very well in the portrait format. In the landscape format, it's kind of a little weirder where you end up with these spaces. You don't get as much data. So I definitely like it in the portrait format because you get a whole big tall feed of everything that you have going on. So be sure to check it out. Yeah, you can find it on, of course, the App Store and download it for your iPad. It's the new iPad app from Twitter. Okay, so now let's look at the new header photo that you can now take and upload to your Twitter and be able to install. This is a great way to present your brand or yourself to your readers. And it's made up basically of a big picture that you can now put at the top of your thing, which will enhance any background you might have taken and put in. But you can see here how some of the people that were sampled on the Twitter blog post have taken and done their photos. You can see they made kind of a compilation thing here, and of course it's got a great promotion of who they are and what they're doing. You can see here even it's hyperlinked to their website, so they've got that on there. It's a great presentation, and I think it's a great innovation. Well, it's not really an innovation, but I think it's a great thing that Twitter's added. You can see here Al Roker is another one that's featured. You can see here Matt Lauer also has one. There's probably a million different things that you can do with this, and I'm sure people that have the creative genius to make something really interesting of these things will be coming out of the woodwork. It's very simple and easy to install. In essence, on your Twitter settings, you go into Design, and in Design, as you page down, you'll see Customize your own header. You can change the header. You're looking at minimum dimensions of 1252 by 626, maximum file size of 5 megabytes. So it gives you the ability to do that. It might be interesting to integrate something that on the header would point to the profile area outside. And of course, the great thing about this is whatever you choose it to be, it will show up on the iPad and iPhone and Android apps as this header being your header. Of course, one of the challenges you run into is people have different screen sizes that they use, and sometimes they may not see the background. But the header makes a great way for you to put a big, beautiful brand on and up on your Twitter thing and get it really rocking and rolling. So be sure to check it out. And thanks for coming by the chrisvossshow.com. We're posting daily, so make sure you check back daily to our latest posts. Thanks for coming by.